Hey everyone, welcome to this live session. Today we're gonna do a lot of things. So first of all, I'm going to do a live pull request reviews on my organization, and as a GitHub code owner or a repository owner, I'm going to show you how I automate the things and how I do a lot of reviews on GitHub in a very less span of time. So if you go and look at into my profile right now, you will be able to see a lot of pull requests been happening. It's around 4,300 contribution in an year, and mostly you can see it is heading towards the code review these days. So this is like a challenging task for me in terms of like reviewing every code um, every day, because I do get around 200 to 300 uh, notifications, and mostly in that there will be like around 50 to 40 pull requests most of the days. So I'm going to show you how exactly I'm going to I do this management of managing the GitHub repositories and everything. First of all, there were few repository you can set the notification to priority. Now on the side you can see the filters, so this is like very important. So which is something like somebody mentioned you, so when you click over here you can prioritize your pull request, right? So this is one of the way I can do. So here you can see some of the PR which your pull request has been done. So I do give priority to this because in the inbox you will be see unnecessary tagging and mentioning to you. So this would be like not so important for you to jump ahead and work on it, right? So you prioritize the thing, somebody who tagged you, yeah, basically which means that okay, they need your help. And participating is something like okay, some of the repository you've been participating, for example some of the repository you might sometimes get updates all about, right? So when I go into, let me show you this one. So when I say participating, for example here you can see somebody might have, like this is a conversation I already been having before, and somebody replied to me, so that also will come to our discussion. So this is not that really important, right? And some of the repository, if you are added as an admin, you can see this option like participating and mentions. Sometimes you enable all activities, so make sure that only enable into participating and mention, because you don't wanted to know all the activity happening in that repository until and unless it belongs to you, right? So make sure that participating and mentioning, so only you get relevant notification. So that's the thing. Then another thing is like, for doing this pull request, I want to encourage everyone to do pull request rather than being a contributor. I would say this particular graph is not that, the chart is not, streak is not that important. I would say this particular graph is something which people are look for. For example, this says a lot of stories. So if I take a random person over here, let me take this person. If I scroll down, see, streaks is simple, like any space and comma you can add, people can easily get the streak over there. But getting a code review, you can see 90% of the people's code review would be like a very much plain. See, code review won't be there. It's basically like pull request, because he is a maintainer, that's why you can see this particular kind of graph. If somebody is a contributor, for example, let me go and see his profile over here. So from this graph I can understand that okay, he is only a contributor. So from his graph I can easily understand that okay, he has experience doing pull request reviews and raising more issues and everything. So I do recommend this type of person when they approach me to be a maintainer for one of my repository. I do easily hire people by looking at this particular graph contribution. So you can set this particular contribution setting in the activity overview over here. All right, so you can enable and make sure that you can enable the private contribution as well, so it will be also displayed over here. And the next thing, yeah, our topic, how I do the pull request review. So now you can see there is like around 37 of 36 of the pull request been happening over here. So what you need to do is like, first I will go and see the review requested one. So this is like based on the priority. I just double tap and open it on the main page. So that one is done. I will go to each one of this and try to understand what they were looking for. readme on main branch for easier instruction create contributing.md file. So he's saying that okay, he has created this and he has raised the issue. So I also do recommend people to do tag the issues like this. Maybe you can say that fixes hash particular issue. So it's very easy for a code reviewer to go and see what's really happening. All right, so I raised the thing and this belongs to one of the discussion over here. So I try to understand where this issue is coming from. Okay, so it's basically like this person has raised a readme file change in the gh folder. All right, contributing to awesome readme file. All right, this is approved. Readme.md. This is not an addition. This is like changes to the existing page. Navigate to the clone repository. Okay. All right. So this is a valid thing. So what I do is like awesome. Thanks for the help. And you tag the person. All right. And you submit the review. So this has been already happened, right? So this is pretty good way that you can manage your repositories and all the stuffs over here. All right, you can, I already made some CI integration, so it will run through my code base and let me know if the coding is proper. Then what I do is like I assign this particular person over here. Now these are the labels which I'm following. And I have created this particular project section. So this has been done and milestone is awesome launch. All right, so I already spoke about what is that milestone and why I'm using the project Kanban board. So when you go into my issues over here and click on the milestone, you can see awesome launch, fix functionality, list on product hunt, all these changes happening over here. So this is like a milestone which I set, and this every issues and PR is assigned to respective milestone, so I can track what all changes been happening to this particular repository and how many PR has been raised. So this is amazing way that you can understand. And another way that you can do in a much more visualization perspective is the project over here. So over here in the project, you can see how many issues are pending, and you can just drag and drop. So the issues will be automatically changed their status. And when you merge all the existing issues or PR, it will automatically converted by GitHub into done. So this Kanban board is easy for me to understand which of my team member is most active working and who is done a lot of PRs and everything. So this is how things work. So here you can handle and understand any pending projects or something. So this has been done. All right, let me refresh it for me. So I have not merged it yet. So I just ran this thing. So there is like some issues with my actions, and except that continuous integration, everything is running fine. So in the next video, I'll show you how we are doing continuous integration to run the code prettier. So the code structure will be somewhat pretty, because everyone use different standard of coding, and we use this run prettier to make it standardized format. All right, so I click on merge pull request, confirm merge. That's it. So this changes has been reflected into my account. I just go back and see that okay, this changes is already been made properly. For example, when I scroll down over here, yeah, so this has been updated to over here. So this is pretty good. All right, awesome. So then I go to the next one. Again, the code review part is a bit consuming, especially once it comes to the PR. Other things you can do it pretty much faster. So I tend to assign particular labels. So because this project is like very big and a lot of people are working on it, so it would be easy for me to understand how the things is working. Now there is another PR which supposed to be creating a pop-up, but he has made a lot of file changes. So this is like tricky. So usually this should not be happening. You can see this many file changes is not required for adding a pop-up thing. So I requested the file change. All right, so this is not proper. So requested the file change, so the admin has to reply to me back. Sorry, not the admin, the contributor. All right, it's the same for the other one. Now corrected the scroll element in 5 event page. All right, so same thing goes for this particular person as well. There is like a file change, so I made this request to be closed, fixed, corrected. Okay, he deleted the branch. All right, so that's all right. So our pull request thing has been completed pretty fast here. Now my next priority is like the people who mention me, right? Because sometimes you get 100 or 120 notification and you may not able to reply everyone, and you might get missed where people really need you. So give priority to the people who tag you. So this is my way of doing things, and it's been working pretty much fine. All right, so let's get started with the people who mentioned me. Okay, scroll up and try to find sign up with Google option for user authentication. Try to find whether this is my project. The thing is, like, I handle 200 projects and most of them I do the basic things. So here I try to find out. All right, the admin just tagged me, so this is not relevant to me. All right, so yeah, so it's not relevant to me either. I can unsubscribe from this thing, so I won't get further notification because I don't have to do anything unless and until they tag me. I don't have to do this. Please add the label as accepted. Sanjay KV, so machine learning repository. All right, so this is my mistake. I merged this thing and I didn't add the label, so I'm going to add the label over here, level 2. Projects. Okay, there is no projects. So you just need just be vocal, because these people are like helping you to improvise your profile. So give some compliment credits to these people. Hi, this is my bad, I forgot. I added the label now. Even if it is your mistake, let them know what really happened. Why you couldn't merge? So this is how you make the connections and make them to work. You would like to change the steps in the readme main branch beginner code. He has already made the changes, so that's all right. So you can close this issue. All right, next one is master web development. Again, this is not my repository, but I'm being part of this particular project. So let me see. I just mentioned this person not to tag. Okay. So again, this is not important to me. I unsubscribe. So there is another thing, frustration over the contribution errors and lack of points. So I tried to convince, talk to this person. All right, I'm really sorry, or so I'm just trying to understand and trying to help that particular person. All right, so this person has not following the particular guidelines on what what we have told them. So that's the reason that got merged. So I can just mark the answer. So anybody can come and mark the answers like this. So when I go to his profile and go to his badges over here, you will be see all the badges appearing over here, right? So this is another thing. Now let me go to the another one. Issue is closed. Dev labs. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'm searching for what else could display in the comment. All right, so this is nothing. I can add it over here at the moment. Yeah, I think only GitHub would have been a better choice. Show password feature added. All right, so this is like an old discussion which happened, which is I already conveyed to them. Can you help please anyone? My first time contribution. Can you please help anyone? It's my first time contribution. All right, so what I do is like stream. So I just provide a link to them. Please go through all the videos. This is made for beginners. Tag that person, because don't just comment it, make sure that every time when you reply, tag that person so they get a notification through the email. All right, so this seems good. Improved the footer. I searched many times, footer code base not found. Forgot to mention you. This is on GH pages. You put that particular symbol over here, so it appears over here and it's highlights. And again, mention that particular person. Click on comment. Now here there is another issues regarding flag the projects and vendors. Seems like it's going fine. Now there is a last one which tagged me. What seems like the owner of the repo is inactive. Kindly help me out. So I can add the respective teammate. Could you help him out? All right. Click on review reply. So this been done. Now, all right. So that's good. So we have done mostly reviewed all the inboxes with which needed my PR or which needed my attention or people who tagged me. Now the thing is like I can simply go through the remaining thing and mark it as done, right? So the remaining thing is like very less priority things. So what I do is like I mostly open in a different tab so I can just finish it off very faster. Then I close this, done. So I know how many is pending. So what I do is like I spend time in the evening or 2 days. Every day, 2 times I spend some time dedicated for GitHub, maybe around 25 minutes. And in the 25 minutes, I try to solve all the queries. Otherwise, sitting directly in front of the GitHub for every notification, that's not a viable approach. You will be losing a lot of time to do other tasks. So only specify a particular time and let your contributor know how the things being done. So this is my strategy of doing the things. So I go over here and try to see all right. So there's person like having some issues with the thing. Sometimes your system get hang because of lot of tabs you open. That should be all right. You should be able to just wait for some time. I'm running a bit older system. Maybe that's the reason that I mostly end up like this. And I also live streaming, so that could be the another reason. All right, so I just tag Akshita over here, so she handles all the. Just give me a minute, guys. All right, got it. I tag that person, tell them to fix the issue of that particular contributor. So that's been done. Now, this is like GitHub Actions I created. I do create a lot of bot inside the GitHub Actions, so it's very easy to manage the redundant task. So here somebody has raised the issue which need my attention. Toxicity insult analysis. So the feature looks good. I have gone through this before, so that's all good. What I do is like I assign that person. I make sure that the person knows, okay, I have added the label and added the respective levels to it. And there is another issue which is raised by this person, drowsiness dictation. Again, I have gone through in detail about what he has raised before. So I can save some time for this live session over here. Assign this thing. And again, this person has raised another thing. I think this is already there. This is already available. So I will be closing this issue. So that's not relevant to me, so I would be closing that issue without labeling them. So this is already done before. Okay, I want to try to understand what he has done here. Okay, go to the files changed. I think we did the review of this before. Oh, this he added into the different file structure. All right, you provided review. Thanks. Submit your review. Mesh pull request confirm mesh. All right. Invalid hyperlink to the GH pages branch. So this is already done. So you can close that issue. All right. So this is also done. I can close this issue. This is not important. Wanted to change the effect and color of the website. So this person has not mentioned properly like what effect and what colors. Could you give me some sample or what effect or styling you plan to implement? Comment over here, approved. Now over here, added 2 more rows into the each page. So this was one of the issue. So I do suggest people to raise like fix this issue like this. So I can also go and see what issue he has been raised over here. So I mentioned them to add 2 more rows into my particular website. So what I do is like I will do review profile count 18. All right, so what I do is like maybe I can add a few more, so that would be easy. So what I can do is like rather than I can make the same changes in the same file over here. So I can click this plus icon and I can click add suggestion. I can change this into 20. So start review. This is good. Thanks for the help. I'll merge it right away. All right. Submit the review. The issue has been submitted. Now you can see there is an option for me to commit the suggestion. So this way I can commit the suggestion. So instead of 18 by which is raised by the contributor, it would be by default 20. And it is automatically ready to merge. There is no conflict. So this is like a great way for you to do a code review. This is how you do code reviews. So people will let you know any changes required, and you don't have to go back to the contributor and tell them to make changes to 20. You can also do it from your side. I think you need GitHub Pro access for this. So assign to that person, add the respective labels. So we try to reduce the touch point by doing it everything proper in one time. So don't make sure that you assign the label so you don't have to come back later and people won't tag you to do labeling. So that would you can avoid all the unnecessary time where you spend on this. Update the readme file. So this person has raised the direct pull request. I don't see that. Okay, this person has raised an issue. Okay. I can. Okay, so I can, rather than commenting, I can go to the files changed. I can click over here. I can give a comment like at that person who raised the pull request. I can see only one word got changed here. Are you have you raised any issue for this before? If yes, let me know. All right, so add a single comment. So this comment has been added into that particular position, so it would be way too easy for this person to go and review it. So I added my comment over here, so now they can reply it over here. Once they reply, I can resolve this conversation. So I can do everything in one place. So this is like one of the best thing of one best thing why GitHub is there, for the first reason, right? It's very easy for managing everything. Issue label workflow. Certificate. All right. So this is already been answered. Error missing FAQ section. I would like to add FAQ section to make website. All right. So there is like already FAQ related questions over here. So you can just filter by FAQ. Create an FAQ page. So the best approach is like you should tell people like every time when they create an issue, tell them to search it over here. There is already issue being assigned over here. All right. So you tag them. Rather than closing, you wait for their response, and if they are okay with that, you close it. I don't have to do anything with this right now. All right, there's some other issues. PUBG game prediction. This is pretty good. So the person is Shager. All right, I can assign the label like GSOC extended Hacktoberfest. Level 2 for this. All right. And add profile Priyashu. All right. Add profile Priyashu. What's this? All right. They are trying to add a profile. Olympics analysis project. Okay, these are the issue. I simply accept these things because I want to give equal platform for all the beginner people to understand how the GitHub pull request is working. So that's why I'm even if it is small thing, I do assign them because I want to appreciate it, because as you know that GitHub doesn't have that much opportunity for everyone to do in an actual real world problems, right? So yeah, even I struggled with this in the initial beginning time. So that's why I made this mindset that okay, I'm going to help a lot of people in terms of discussion. So by this I reviewed almost around 50 notifications related to various topics over here. So this is one of the thing. All right, so which means that I completed all my repository thing over here. So when you do this, you can also see all the contribution will be strict over here. So here I did 46 contribution, which is the live thing I did for you today, which is pretty good. Then another thing is like it will also improve your contribution graph. And another thing, again, after one point, like when you do more than 1,000 contribution in a year, this doesn't you less bother about this thing. You will slowly start less bother. That moment is that you really become an open source developer. So that's my experience, and eventually you won't focus on getting all these patches. So all these things will come along the way. So so far what you have seen is like most of the PR which have been raised happened on this particular repository, and this is like a repository is a open source for all. So all of these people who are watching, you can come and you can do the contribution. So that would be a great way for you. So here we list awesome profiles. For example, if you go into my profile and you see that okay, this is impressive, you can free to copy any of the code and talk more about it. So this way that you have something to talk more about over here, and you can also make your profile look something greater. So what you have did see is like a project were improvising this particular PR, and all the PR which I reviewed is more or like related to these things. So this is how an open source contribution really works in real time. So if you feel like okay, there is like some improvements to be done, feel free to come over here and also kind of explore current ongoing platforms like GSOC over here. So you can filter in the projects and you can see all the projects which is available. I'm just took this one as an example for you to show in this live session demo on how the things has been working, and I hope you can do a greater contribution and eventually try to scale up. Don't just check in the contributor side, explore the maintainer project owner part. In the upcoming live session I'll be do more reviews, So that would be a great way for you to learn and grow together. I hope you enjoyed this thing. So go, if you would want to start your first contribution, start with something basic. So always come and explore this particular file over here. If you want to start something basic like machine learning repos, you can just simply add some folder structure to it. So that would be so great for you to get started. I hope this was very useful for you, and see you in the next live session where I do a live